his favorite steel, but good Lord, is a good steel. And I thought it would be a lot harder to strop up than it is. I feel like S90 for mileage, again, your mileage may vary. So, War Room EDC, Anchor Crew for 3 months. Congratulations on 7K. War Room is my very first channel member. And so thank you for being numero uno. War Room. Nice, how much? You can... Oh, what's that? What's the Mini October? Jose Garcia, if you look on Amazon, if you look up like a Kaiser Mini October, those were like $40. And that is a good knife for what you would want to use it for. Yeah, for plumbing, Goosey. And Darkwater just skipped over my chat. Say what? Going back. Oh my gosh. Help with gadgets, 2 months. Anchor crew member, thanks Darkwater. Appreciate you. Hope everyone has a good night. Tommy, thank you. I also missed Neil McKenzie's. Got a 0615 wake up later on, Neil. McKenzie's. Good to see you, Neil McKenzie and Tommy. I apologize. Did not mean to skip over your chats. That is definitely not my MO, as you know. The best knife sharpener for a noob. Don't ever use pull-through knife sharpeners. At least that's my take. You're going to remove a lot of material fast, and it's not going to maintain the, awesomeness of your blade design. I always suggest someone getting a leather strop, and a lot of the strops come with compound. You put your compound on like a crayon, and then I will use something like this, a dual-sided sharpener to set my edge. And you have a diamond stone on one side and a actual stone on the other. And let me see, is there something that I could do it on? Yeah, let's do this since I've never...
What's up, Grizzle Bear? Thanks for advertising for me.
I've never touched before.
I'm going to trick out this knife tonight. We get a few more people on here.
Let me find out where this Kershaw is real quick.
This is a petrified fish.
Where'd you go?
Vector.
Oh, here you are.
I'm going to do a Japanese hamon on the bottom of the blade and watch me do it.
Okay, well, that one's got a dang good edge, too, on it. Okay, well, I need something with a bad edge.
Hey there, Fat City, what's up? I'm going to trick out this knife for y'all tonight.
Sheesh. Huh. Well, at least my knives are sharp. I guess that's a positive, right?
I got dark water on here right now still. On my split screen. Is he giving another knife away tonight? Probably not, right? Congratulations, Fat City.
Alright, so right here I got just this thing is almost glass, but then one little nick right here. I want to find out what side that nick is on, so I'll use my fingernail, not my skin, okay? And I'll just ride my fingernail edge along the edge. Okay, so the burr is not on that point.
I got
but it's on this side.
My bevel cut on this.
And this is me and how I've learned to sharpen my own knives. Okay, because it's
got the bevel cut on it.
I need to use my diamond. I'll usually use my diamond to set.
And
so for in this instance, I will
stone
match
washed
that angle. I don't know if you can even see this.
Now I got to get some epoxy in the morning and glue on the handles, and it's done.
You can lay that on there and see where that edge is, or where that angle or matching the grind angle is. And I'll just lightly take over.
Yeah, this is a Ferrer's rasp.
My diamond.
I used to be
you can feel that.
A Ferrer. I used to trim and shoe horses.
Very much pressure at all.
This is actually one of my rasps.
All right, let me feel the other side real quick.
2 different textures.
Nope.
Cutting edges.
Just this side. So then I'll take and I'll smooth it over a little bit with the stone.
I made it out of a clone of a.
Granted, if you got big chips,
it's a clone of a
this is for
Sog Seal Pup.
A light roll, anyways, for what this one is.
I just about got Jason's knife,
so that was fixed.
Justin's knife.
And
put the cherrywood scales on it today.
Zoom in a little bit.
It's coming along.
If you don't know your factory angle, gosh, if I can show this on a visual with doing it.
Cheers to Canada.
Take your knife, and you can feel that if it's
I'm
too
gonna
steep
trick
of an
this
angle,
out, Canada.
It's going to grab, or if it's too shallow of an angle, it's going to grab. and you can actually see the
Jeremy?
evidence on the knife. But once you hit that right angle on there, you'll feel
This
it
is
just
a Vector from
not rip,
Petrified
it'll
Fish.
slide like it's on grease.
I'm gonna acid
That's
etch
where
it
you
and
find
put a
your actual
hamon
edge.
on the bottom. I'll show you how I do it.
Angle edge. So then what I do from there, when I strop, I'll just keep my finger set at that angle, so that way it's there every time, and I'll just strop out all the way through.
Yeah, I
This is
mean
what
rest.
I do on camera. I've
That's
decided.
good. It's good high carbon steel. Same with the
So here, coming through. Now there's super
monkey wrenches.
fancy fixed angle sharpeners. I have one sitting over here in the corner. Set my angle here.
Oh man.
But if you don't have that stuff, you can get into really nice sharpening like this for really cheap.
What up, Miss Dumbo?
So
I'm gonna trick out this knife tonight.
cheap and have something that'll last you. I take this sucker
It's gonna look badass.
in the hills with me when I go hunting.
Dark water got me going.
So that's how much I believe in doing this.
I don't know about putting wax on my scales or handles though.
Did a couple passes with the compound. And I'll do a couple passes on the side that is stropped there.
I wouldn't recommend it.
And I'm sorry I'm missing comments. I will go back and
I would
check
put
that out. I just want to show it.
silicone spray on them before I put wax
The
on them.
gentleman who asked about this, Mr. I think it was Jose Garcia. And I'll go back and feel again. That's feeling good.
What up, Jerry?
Good.
I'm gonna get started here in a sec.
Good.
I'm gonna trick out this
And then I'll just
Petrified
polish
Fish Vector.
it
It's a
with
D2
strop.
steel, so it'll take that acid really well.
A few nice passes.
Almost got my seal sag
Pulls
pup
on it.
rasp done. I got the grinds
You can
done
see
on
that,
it
I don't
today.
know.
And
Oh no, that was Luke. Great check that asked.
sandblasted and acid etched.
Pulling it through. And then I take again the back of my fingernail. And I just feel how it
The
is.
plan tonight is to
So-
trick out this
I don't even have any good paper
Vector
down
from Petrified Fish.
there. I guess that's one way you test it, but I hate cutting paper, so
Justin's knife, almost
Yeah.
done. Got the cherrywood scales done. I'm gonna
there you go.
glue this up, epoxy it in the morning,
Alright,
and
so S90 and 3 are very similar steels.
shape it. it'll be off to his house.
Making 100 subs a
Thursday.
week now. That's awesome. Go give Kodiak a sub when you can. Work field sharpener. As
What do
a
you say
commercial
about Kodiak?
multifamily plumber, dark is right. I would also suggest the Kaiser Bagaya 3V. No, the mini Octobers are tiny. I'm just saying that blade shape as far as Dragoon. Sorry about that on the mini Octobers. Cloister is back. If you ain't first, you're last. Do you have a CRKT home front by chance? I do not. I just have this one and a few other old models. Agree with Wyoming.
Yeah.
Sharp field sharpener. Dragoon. Are you interested in the Hawk? Oh gosh, I'm flipping this one now, and I always forget how awesome big Hurons are. Jose, I suggest a Kaiser
I'm going to
harpoon or
I left my coffee down here earlier.
S.
I'll go heat it up in the microwave real quick. Go to the bathroom real quick, and we'll get started tricking out this knife. Be right back.
Welcome back. We need this as a patch. Which one, Garrett?
If you're not on dark water, you
What do
can
we
hear
need
him
as a
here.
patch? Symbol on Amazon. It's awesome. KNG. It might be. Hit me up. Easy because it has the angle for beginners. Goose. There's a Columbia River home front in your collection. D-bags. What's going on? Diamond plate ceramic. Miami Adventures exactly, and it's only about $40. Has coarse ceramic and strop. I've never had any of the work sharp stuff, guys, so my apologies. I've been doing this by hand for many years, so that's what I do. I can hear dark water in the background of his stream. That's hilarious. I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. Mr. Martinez isn't listening to us. Wyoming Adventures. Sorry, it was hard. It's hard to read and strop and sharpen at the same time. Read Delaney's comment, Darkwater. Did I miss another one? Miami Ventures exactly is about 40 hours. This course ceramic and strop. Is there another one that I'm missing? Agree with Wyoming Workshop Field Sharpener. I like that technique, Darkwater. Read Delaney's comment. Delaney, I got a favor to ask you in IG when you get a chance. Have a look. Gareth, okay. He's in the zone. J-Man, are we getting paper tests afterwards? Oh, I did do paper test. I hate paper tests, by the way. Hog, I use my leather belt, which absolutely is 100% acceptable. Thanks for somehow all that. Hey, Darkwater, you going to do some acid etching on live one night? I will, but I want to do it outside because I don't know how good acid etching is to do inside of a house. So I definitely will, because I'm going to acid etch this blade right here and get that in there. Do you know my dad's company? Knife one. User. So no, I don't know your dad's company that I know of. Everyone, got to go to bed. 4:30 a.m. is going to come around soon. Later. Good to see you, KGI. It's quiet carry. User Tro Drippy. I've heard of quiet carry before, somehow. Your dad owns quiet carry. Thanks for the membership. Clint Darter, have you looked at AGA, Campolin, Dragonfly, Gravity Knife, Silver Steel? I have not. Kaiser October, 154 CM, and their flash sale is $37. Oh yeah, I just right now. Shoot, when I get off here, I'll look it up. So that guy is saying his user Toe Drippy 655 says his dad is quiet. Well, I found. Well, if you're on here, user Toe Drippy, and this is your dad's company, I want you to answer this question honestly for me, because, again, I looked far and wide for this knife right here. This is the Quiet Carry Drift version 1. And 80 steels, what's going on? Did the copper. So I got this version 1 because I like the holes over studs, you know, this whole thing right here. Holes over studs. And I know there's a lot of stud fans, studs at all. I just prefer a hole. No pun intended, okay? And that is, it just, I don't know. I just like it. I like this. I also like the smiling look of this version. So I want to know if Quiet Carry changed this to a stud because of somebody, you know, along these lines. Did they have to change Rosie's, or did they just change it on their own free will? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, and maybe you have insider knowledge into that. Adventure 50, how you doing?
Okay.
Gave your channel a shout out earlier. EDC Steels.
Oh,
Check
okay,
out his
folks.
channel, BMX Bikes.
They should turn this down a little bit.
Well, that would be kind of cool though if it was his dad's, because, or unless he saw the Q box over there.
There we go. All right. Purnell's here. What up, Purnell? I had to go warm up some coffee I had sitting in the shop I didn't get to. But tonight I'm going to trick out this Vector from Petrified Fish. So, put the camera down here. Might have to go get my weight for my camera. I don't know. All right, what am I doing here? Okay. Seeing if I have any lag time here. Okay. First thing we got to do is get out the screwdriver, and it's already out. See what size I need to take this apart. Yeah, I got the grinds on it today and stone washed it, and it's ready for epoxy tomorrow. That one and Justin's knife. And then I'll sand the handles completely, and it'll be done. Speaking of Justin, I told him I was going live on the team mod team. No answer. He went in dark water and said, hey. I told him I was going live, so. Okay, first order of operation here is to take the blade out. See if I can do that without taking the whole knife apart. Well, you know what? I should take the knife apart because it'll be easier to put it back together. This knife is $275 with the sheath. And I threw in the carbon for him because he's a special customer. If you're a first-time buyer, I'll throw in the first carving for you. But if you're not a first-time buyer, with the carving, it's $300. So if you buy one from me, Jerry, $275 with the sheath. Come on, what's up with this thing? The screws are undone. Oh, I see. It's underneath the scale. Duh. There we go. I'll just leave that intact so I don't have to take my lanyard apart. And meanwhile, I'll lose the screws while I'm at it. Okay. Now you see what the inside of this looks like. Ball bearings. Nice. Spacer there. Put the ball bearing back. Put that back. Everything's in place. Okay. Get this aside. We've got the blade. Leave my screwdrivers out. Got these wax sticks here, and I'll show you what's up with it. I gotta go upstairs and soap and water this real quick. What's up, Arizona? Get ready to trick out this blade. And get it nice and clean so I don't get no fingerprints or oil on it. Okay, first operation is going to be to wax this lower part. I'm gonna make what they call a mock Japanese hamon. And it's as easy as this. I'm burning a wax stick. That looks nice. Ah. Okay. Louis came in and disappeared. What up, Justin? You getting there, baby? It'll be done tomorrow at noon. Okay, I'll let that dry a little bit. These wax sticks I buy, I use them to coat non-wax threads when I sew leather. Beeswax. I get like a 10-pack for like $8. Time for the acid, folks. Make sure there's no wax where you don't want it, where you want the acid to be, or it will not take. After tonight, in it goes. You'll know how to hamon your blades if you want. I was watching Darkwater. He's getting ready to do one, and he got me going. I've done several of them. Kershaw leaks I've done with a hamon. What up, Dom? Is he still going? Yeah, he's still going, ain't he?
Knife blades. I'm actually going to buy some for no other reason than the fact that they're lasered with this.
That Wyoming Adventures, boy, that girl is a fixture there, ain't she? She must be a mod, huh? Yeah, she's turning dark. Some more bicarbonate. Sexy. Big Jim Barlow Jim. He should get the knife eye on him tomorrow. My mail only takes 3 days to get to y'all's house. But when y'all send me mail, it takes over a week. Something about down in that south, man. They're a little slow down there. This D2's got some chromium in it, so not much. So it takes longer to etch. It is a stainless, but a mild stainless. It's only got like, I don't know, 4 to 5% chromium in it. Whereas 440C and all the other stainless steels have a much higher chromium, between 11 and 12. You know, and it's not really considered a stainless steel unless it's got 11.5% chromium in it. But D2's got, I don't know, it could be even higher, 8 or 9% chromium in it. So it's not considered a complete stainless steel, and it will rust. But not as fast as this. Not as fast as 1095. There is no chromium in that. I got a video coming out how to heat treat 1095, 1084. I'm working on it now. You know, when you get blank steel for making knives at a 1095, you know, if you get it normalized, you know, the structure's not so eradicated. You don't have to bring it to a critical temperature before you start the actual heat treating process. This one here, Don, that's Justin's. Almost done. I must say it's a lot sexier than mine. Your blade's about an 1/8 inch longer than mine, too. Let this thing soak real good. Oh. Yeah, here's my Ferris rasp. I got the bubbles cut on it today. And I want to show the bevel. I didn't want to acid etch it, but I acid etched the top and the rest of the handle. So I got to go to Ace in the morning and get epoxy for this knife and that knife. And epoxy them in the morning and finish them in the afternoon. You'll see I might go live tomorrow night. You can see the finished product. I'm most likely gonna make a sheath for this once I finish the handle on it out of Kydex. Because your scales ain't as fat. Here they're both laying down. All right, and I decided to make this a little slimmer. It feels actually better in the hand than mine does. These scales are 3/8 inches wide. These scales are 1/2 inch. Mine's made out of 1095. Yours is made out of 1084. No, it's 1095. I'm sorry. This one feels better in my hand. I trace this too. I'm gonna do the rest of mine. I thinned up the back because it feels better in the hand. Feels real good, man. Trust me, when you get it, you're gonna love it. Nothing. There's nothing on top. Yours is special. Mine's a dark stone wash. Yours is a medium. Same steel too, both 1095. I made yours a little bit longer, a little bit skinnier. It'll give you better penetration. Faster penetration. And this is the way I'm going to make them from now on. This swell area actually fits in the palm a lot better than this one. And I like the thinner scales too more than I do the fat ones. I'm going to sand this down. You want the top one. What do you mean you want the top one? This is my finished product. This is what you're getting. I traced the pattern of this, and this is how I'm going to make them from now on. This one is discontinued. It just looks smaller because this one lays flat because it's got pins in it. See how much higher this one is than this? It's because the scales are almost 3/4 thick. And I don't like it. So I'm going to grind it down. Well, I think this thing's as dark as it's going to get. That'll neutralize the acid. You'll see this one tomorrow will be a totally different knife. Because I'm going to thin this out, thin the scales out. It's going to look just like this one. Wait till I take that wax off. It's going to look even cooler. That's without. That's without. Instead of putting this in a tumbler, I just use this wire brush. It gives a much better effect than the tumbler does, and it's way faster. I have a tumbler, but I don't use it anymore. I just use this. That's another fighting knife. This is the SOG Seal Pup that I copied. All right, SOG Seal Pup. on my belt. Depends on what I'm doing. Normally, a fixed knife. I carry this one cross draw on my left side. I'm right-handed in front. That sheath's too thin. This blade's thicker. As I peel this wax up now, you see that hamon popping now. See it? You want what wood handle? This ironwood? Or not ironwood, it's zebra wood. You already agreed on what you want. You're trying to make me work, ain't you? I'm gonna have to charge you more. You got to send me another knife if I put another handle on that thing. Holy shit, make your mind up, kid. Yeah, it'd probably be easier to put it in warm water. I don't want to scratch anything. Ah. Put it in front of my heater. Yeah. Don't carry a karambit unless you're trained with it. I mean, any knife at that matter. Here's the thing about guns. People go to the shooting range and they think they're qualified to defend themselves and others around them with it. Because they think they can hit a bullseye, right? Well, wait till you actually get in a real gunfight or knife fight with that weapon. And you feel what happens to your extremities when you do. Most people freeze up because they don't train to control their adrenal glands. You get in an actual gunfight or knife fight, your adrenal glands, you freak out, and your adrenal glands drain the blood from your extremities, and you freak. Unless you can control your adrenal glands, chances are you're going to do more harm than good. Going to a shooting range doesn't make you a qualified defender of a weapon. I'm making a hamon on this blade with wax and acid. Melt the wax the pattern you want by dripping it on the blade. I think I'm going to get a little bit more heat here. Well, there you go, folks. What do you think? Stone washed. Put this knife back together. Next time I go live, I'll probably carve this top. I'm not going to do it tonight. I don't want to spend all night on this. Ooh, I gotta get some more oil. Thanks, Steve. Here's something slick that they do. I love about petrified fish. Pocket clip doesn't go on outside. It goes under the scale. Absolutely love that. Oh man, I put the screw in the wrong spot. Two side screws, one's longer than the other. The long one goes in the back. Come on. Why do you gotta flip on me? Just go straight down. Ah. It's cool. So, what do you think? See how easy it is to make a Japanese hamon on your blade? You can reverse it. You can put the wax up here and acid etch that if you want. It's up to you. But this looks more traditional. I don't know what I want to carve in there, but I might one day. Yeah, I gotta sharpen it. Sharp enough for now, though. It's easy as that, folks. One of a kind vector from petrified fish. Maybe one day I'll take this apart and put a different handle on it. Thanks, Steve. I love doing things to knives. So, let me ask y'all, what knife would you like me to see me take apart and clean and put back together? A common folding knife. Fits in there when you take the insert out. The pins are sticking down so it's not going to snap. So if I want to carry this in the sheath, you just have to take the plastic out. I have just about everything. What do you want me to clean? Purnell, you still here? I know you're still here, Purnell. Well, I can show you about this. The Mannix Spyderco. The only thing is, I don't have the press tool, and I'm not going to try to press this out. They make aftermarket press tools to press these lanyard bushings out. So I'll get it apart, show you how to put it back together, clean it. Except for taking these scales off completely. I'll just be able to twist them. For now, you here? I'm back. Man. Wasn't paying attention. My phone wasn't plugged in.
I go live. I try to go live every Tuesday night. Sometimes circumstances won't let me. I was actually going to go on for 2 hours tonight again. I stayed for the whole 4. So I go on at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Pacific. I have no idea what Hawaii's time zone's even called. So don't get me started. Explains Night Dark.
And I had to redo everything, even my computer.
Thank you so much for
I forgot to plug my phone in.
And thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. And I will we'll do this again, clearly.
Good for a cigarette break.
We'll hang out. Come hang out in Stacy's Discord, which is a wild time. Also check out.
Hold on, you know what? I'm gonna get a less
for all your knife content.
Knife than this because I don't want to deal with this bushing.
Connie, Please say
You have to have
your
a
whole
tool to
family
push
good
this
night.
bushing
Thank you
through,
for hanging out.
and I don't
As
have
always,
one.
I appreciate
So
you.
I'm gonna
Good
order
night
one though.
from Birmingham, Alabama. Off to bed, Nathan Cooper. Take care of yourself. Good to talk to you, and thank you for always supporting the channel. And likewise with all of you. Thank you guys all for supporting me. Jim Cox. Again, as always, thank you for hanging out. And 79.
We'll do the native. How's that sound? Spyderco native.
Congrats on 7K. Seems like just yesterday.
Since Spydercos are hot and common knives.
I just love being out there where the sunlight is. I don't like being in the basement, but plans. So I may.
No, we won't do this one either. It don't have screws. It's riveted.
We'll see how that goes. I love sunlight. I thrive on it. So we all do, right? I'll get a little of that vitamin D. Dewey, good to see you, my friend. I got some knives I'm going to put up for sale. If you guys are interested, hit me up on Instagram.
All right, everybody's got one of these, right? Kershaw leak. If you don't have one, you're a putz.
Dark water now.
I'm just kidding.
And Derek, I will call you because I meant to call you yesterday.
Kershaw blur.
Thank you for hanging out as always, my friend. Grizzle Bear, Sammy Hudson, Lucas, thank you for joining us, and thank you for hanging out. Wallace, hello.
Spring assist knife. Show you how to take it apart and put it back together.
Nope.
Yeah, y'all left and didn't tell me you're going back for that giveaway.
Thank you. Yep.
I didn't think you was having another giveaway. Thanks for telling me, guys. That's very kind of you. I guess one less guy is a better chance for you, right? Boy, I tell you what. Purnell, you here? Did you go over there too, Purnell? I bet you did. What up, Claude? Here's what I did, Claude. I just showed everybody, and you're going to have to go back and watch it if you want, how to put a Japanese hamon on a blade. Purnell. Where'd Purnell go? Man, he's always here, too. And he just like... Let me scroll up and see if he said bye, and I didn't catch it. He always says bye. He's got to be here somewhere. I didn't see him say goodnight. Yeah. All right, let's get on with this Kershaw flash. Always open the knives when you take these apart because they are spring-loaded. Cool. Yours are on the way, Lou. Get your text? Yeah, I seen that. I'm trying to remember what it was, though. Take it out, Mastumbo. Watch me take this apart. Put it back together. Purnell disappeared, huh? Yeah, always take these spring assists, no matter what spring assist knife you got, whether it's a buck or a Kershaw, with the blade open. Always have the blade open. See, now it's not going to fly open on you or anything like that. Okay. Sammy, what's Sammy saying? What did you say? I didn't see it. He erased it. Now, what I didn't want to happen was this to come apart without you seeing it. I guess what I need to do is just, man, but I like this landing. I don't want to cut it. This is the liner lock here. That's a spacer. There's 3 spacers on this spine here, see? Okay, you got your bronze washers. You got the big one on the right, small one on the left. So put them down on your table to orient them where they go. I always put my screws where they go. That way when you reassemble it, it's a no-brainer. Okay, now you can take your liner out here. You see this has got a, let me get a stick. It's got a ball bearing in it right here. On top of that liner lock there. Okay. There's the hole for it right there. This is for your spring assist. The spring assist goes in that hole, but this is for the bearing right here. Okay? Now, anybody knows how to take the clip off, right? That's a no-brainer. But here's your spring assist. You got a metal plate here, right? And the spring in there. It comes with factory grease. You can see it here. So if the grease is in there and it's not dried up, just leave it alone. Okay? You see here, it's fine. It's new. You don't have to re-grease it unless it's dried up or full of dirt. You can see I had this apart already. I oiled it. So put that back together like that. Make sure your spring here is in that slot, that half shape. All right. I don't want to cut that lanyard. I like that lanyard. Took me a lot of time to tie that lanyard. This piece here goes in the front. That's what your blade comes up to. It's like a barrel shape. Okay. Now this hole right here, what is my phone doing now? Come on. Having problems here, boy. Okay. Like I said, this barrel piece is your the top of your blade comes up to. Right? You know what? I'm going to cut this thing. I can always tie another one. It's bothering me. It's pretty though, ain't it? Okay. Now you got your liner lock. That goes in only one way, right? Top of the spring part on the top. Right? Now, again, small bronze left on the left side, big bronze on the right side. You can see the ring. There's no sense of me cleaning this because I've already had this apart once. I've cleaned it already. I'm just showing you. Where's Purnell at? Is he here? Man, that man disappeared. Okay, now I'm gonna flip this over, right? And you can see which one goes in there. This is the wide, so the screw head goes in there, right? Got that like that. You'll take this hole right here. Your spring goes into. There's a spring there. Just like that, right? Spring's in place. Now each one of these, get one of these plastic washers or spacers. Okay. But you know what I forgot to do? Let's put my small washer in first. So if you got a couple years on this knife and a lot of use of it, these washers will probably need to be sanded. and just use like a 600 grit. Put the small one down first. Now put your blade on. Make the spring go in that hole. There it is. Now this washer in here might give you little problems. So you gotta just make sure it's lined up as much as you can. Spacers in place here. I'm gonna put these 3 screws in. I should have put them in already. And I will. But they go in first. And then the spacers. Okay. Barrel pin came out, but make sure that's in there. If you don't have it in there, that knife's gonna go whew. Now you can put these plastic spacers on. Them screws. Alright. And now you can put this on. After you put the washer in place. One drop of oil. It'll seep through to the other side. Come on. Springs on. Liner lock. Now, I just take this dowel rod here. It lines everything up, see? I put that dowel rod in there as tight as I can. I'm pinching it now as tight as I can. I don't want them washers to move around. Now this will all go together without anything being in the way because this lined up the washers. If you don't line it up, try it again. These pointed dowel skewer sticks, you can buy them in any grocery store. They'll line up your washers nice. And I don't know why it's not going through. There we go. See that? So now I gotta line up this hex head. Try to line up your hex head. Takes a little finagling, but you'll get it. There we go. Doctor's wife knife works great for this. All right. Last screw. Helps if I use the right size screw head. Now I can tighten up my spacer screws. Now this will need some adjusting. I can go a little bit tighter. I get it to that point where it doesn't want to work and then I back it off. So you don't want no play there, see? Go a little bit tighter. See, that's a little too tight now, see? But it's still working. Actually, that's perfect. Now there's no play in that. So, that's how you take a Kershaw blur apart and put it back together. Spring assist. Purnell, where's he at? Purnell, you here? I was looking for you, Purnell. You took off. Thanks, buddy. It's in the mail. Yours left today. I sent you a text with the tracking. I had to tell him something. I miss you all. That's why I'm here. What's up, Roman? Yep, thanks a lot, man. And like I said, yours is in the mail. I threw a bonus in for you and a couple stickers and my leather cards. So you should get it no later than Saturday. I'd say Friday. Our mail system up here don't jack around. You get something from here, it'll get there in 3 days. I get something from the south, it takes a week. They're a little slow down there, I guess. Especially in the Mississippi area. South Carolina area. They're a little slow. They're slow and they're demanding and impatient. I gotta quit using this knife. Hey, now. All right, on to the next knife. I think I need to find a knife that needs cleaning. about a Kershaw flash? I just did the blur. Again, make sure your blade's open. You never seen a flash? The blur's a Ken Onion knife. I think this one's that other fellow. Made that knife Justin gave away the other day on my page. Designed it anyway. First time seeing the flash, huh? Yeah, the flash and the blur are both assisted knives, spring assist. The only thing is, I hate how they screw these in because they screw into each other and they'll spin on you. So you got to hold the other side. I don't think I've ever had this one apart, so it's ready for a good cleaning. There's the spring there now. This operates a little bit differently than the blur. Same concept, except this goes into a smaller plate and stays in it. And it rides inside the slot right here. Okay. You see how I took this apart? That's how I'm going to put it back together. This side up. Take the blade off of there. I'll take this off just to show you. There's your swing pin. Second thought, there's nothing behind this. It's just, you know, it's just this, it's just the liner, you know what I mean? With the liner lock attached, of course. So, no need in taking that out. I'd have to take the pocket clip off, and I'm not going to do that. So anyways, I'm going to give it a good cleaning. And this one don't have bronze washers. Black. I think that they're plastic. Yeah, they're plastic. Now you can get some bronze washers if you like for this, and they'll work perfect. A lot of grime in here. It was definitely due. What other fixed blade when I make it? Well, I favor both. I'm not picky. You just got to maintain these knives, that's all. And it's not hard. You know, part of the fun, right? You know, spring assisted knives have been around forever. Just ask the Italians, right? Now underneath this, there's that greased pocket, see? Just to show you. And you know what? There is no grease in there. It's gone. So I'll just put a little oil on it. Yeah, but you know, a lot of people love switchblades. You know what I mean? And frankly, some unspring assisted knives are hard to close anyway. You know, for example, a case Barlow, you know, they're like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what he just told me, but if you read his comment, just email him. Okay. Spacer, right? Once again. Put these in from the bottom. Make sure they're in. All 3 of them are in. With this clip here, they like to fall out, but no big deal. Okay. Now I clean this. I'll put this back on here. I'll put my screws through it. It's just, you know, hey, it's everything about knives is what you like. It doesn't matter what I like. What do you like, right? You don't like spring assist knives? You don't have to. You know, everybody's different. It's like when you buy a gun. You know, you buy what you carry, what you're most comfortable with, and that's the way it is. So, we know these plastic washers ain't 2 different sizes like the blur. So we want to go there. Right? And we got this here. Goes like that. Spring goes in there. And then the guide pin. This has a guide pin unlike the... I believe it goes right here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. No, yeah. Okay. Yep. That top one's for that spring assist. Okay. Washers in place. A little Earl. Again, this has got that hex head, just like the blur. Cod car, my Paul Mills, many are like, because it's starting gas station ones, and those are mostly assisted. Yeah, but any assisted gas station knife ain't worth a crap. They're just thrown together. Let's start tightening these screws up. Don't tighten them home. And make sure that center pin's in place on the knife. And one of them fell out already. Go figure that, huh? Gotta hold it in place until it catches. There we go. Now, again, wood peg with a point on it. Look at that. That one goes all the way through. Now, my pin ain't lined up. So line this pin up until it gets in there. Come on. There we go. She all fell into place. Oh, look at that. Plastic bushing came out. Man, where was that at? Top or bottom? Well, good way to find out. Look in the light. It looks like it came out of there. So put it on your blade. Push it in there so you see it come to the other side. Went too far. Tell you, these wood pegs are valuable tools. Comes to putting knives back together. There it is. Okay. Now my washers are lined up. I can put my hex head back in there. Line up the hex head. Fell right in place. It's nice when these are magnetic. I wouldn't get one that wasn't magnetic. I use this one for my watchmaking. Now I can take the smaller bit, crank down these liner screws. Everything's in place. So this one's a little tight. Play with it until you get the right plate. There we go. Is there any play? A little bit. A little torque. No more play. You see that gap though, you know, on both sides. That's that plastic washer is doing that. It's perfectly gapped. Nothing wrong with it. But if you get bronze washers for this to replace them plastic ones, make sure you use a micrometer because you want to get the brass. Don't get the real thin brass washers. You want bronze washers. You want to put the micrometer on these plastic ones, find out what the thickness is, and get the same thickness because that spacer makes the same distance here as there with them washers. So if you get them too thin, they'll just dance around in there. Works perfect. What are we talking about, folks? Do you have any Benchmade? Paul, I only have one Benchmade. And it's made by Emerson when the company was called Bali Song Benchmade. And it's the rarest Benchmade you can have. Other than that, I haven't gone out of my way to buy a Benchmade because first, I think they're overpriced. The company makes way too much profit compared to what they pay their employees, and I've seen them break. So, you know, I just think they're overpriced garbage, to tell you the truth. I think these knives are better built than a Benchmade. Because to me, fit and finish, edge geometry, doesn't matter what steel you have, it's how well can it cut. And one of my favorite steels is D2 steel. A lot of people don't like it because it's not completely stainless. But it's a way underrated steel. And it's up there in toughness like Magna Cut. Just got to take care of them. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, Benchmade bug out 265, 275. I can get a Spyderco for 200. They got 230 employees at Benchmade. They make enough money to pay each employee $230,000 a year. And the average employee makes 35 grand a year there. So what's that tell you about their profit margin? They're second to Buck in the world. Nobody makes more than Buck, and then Benchmade is second, only because Buck has way many more models than Benchmade does. But I think their yearly income is like, last year I think it was like 12 million, 14 million, somewhere around there. Buck was about 15, 16 million. Buck's got more employees and way more knife models. So I don't really waste my money on their knives. I mean, I got majority of my collection now is traditional folders, German handmade knives. I would take this knife over any Benchmade, and it's all handmade. It's not machine made. My least favorite knife? Any knife sold from China in a gas station. No quality control. Put together by 10-year-olds. Well, formula-wise, yeah. You know, and that's... But the thing is now, with the Chinese, you know, making the least expensive knives with D2, these American companies are demanding quality control. They do Rockwell tests on these knives when they come from China. And if some D2 blades don't meet their specifications, they go back. So if you get a D2 at a truck stop or a gas station, you can be assured it's probably like butter. 50 Rockwell hardness versus a 5962 Rockwell. If I could pick only one knife, it'd be my own. Depends on the knife. If it's a traditional folder, like this Barlow, it's made by me. That's what I prefer. If it's a fighting knife, it's made by me. That's what I prefer. This is my Barlow. I don't know if you all seen it. It's got a half stop. The bolsters made like a German Barlow. If you ever seen any Henkels or any Parker Bulldogs, that's the way they make the bolsters. So I'm influenced a lot by German ingenuity. And honestly, if I had any knife to carry that wasn't my own, it'd be a handmade German knife. There ain't no case on this planet that I'd carry if I had to. If I had a choice, I'd carry the German knife. Same with the fixed blades. The only fixed blades I ever loved that was ever made worth a damn in the United States that wasn't German handmade was the Camillus. Camillus made all the military knives for World War II. A lot of people don't know this. Camillus not only made their versions of the MK2 and MK1, but Camillus also made the K-bar, BK9s, bayonets, MK1s, M1s, M2s. They were all made by Camillus. They were stamped K-bar, but they were made by Camillus. Oh, I love to carry my cold steels, that's for sure. And yeah, I would definitely carry a cold steel before I would any, you know. And then this is my handle I put on it. I would carry this before I would any Benchmade knife, even this cheaper version. You're not going to beat the Triad lock, 800-900 pounds before that thing breaks. It's the most dependable uh, folding knife on the planet. That's what put cold steel on the map, that Triad lock. I got one here somewhere if I could find it. I took it out. Now this is my Recon 1 that I put carbon fiber on. I made these scales. Now I got to figure out what I want to make for this. Oh, my mods disappeared again. They probably went night night. I really wouldn't want S35VN, tell you the truth, on an 8010. I take the offset over it because it's a lot easier to sharpen. See, when you got these knives out in the field, you know, survival mode or whatever, you got to be able to sharpen them quick. And powder metallurgy steels are just a pain in the ass. My father-in-law couldn't sharpen his 8010 pocket folder, and I sharpened it in about 1 minute on my belt sander. But in the field, to sharpen an 8010, you better be carrying a diamond stone with you. You know, S90V, any of them higher end, Magna Cut, you better be carrying a diamond stone on you, you know what I mean? Because in reality, most knives are tools, right? What are you carrying it for? What are you using it for? Is it comfortable? Do you like the ergonomics of it? Does it feel great in your hand? Is it strong? Is it dependable? Does it have the edge geometry to cut things that you want to cut with it? Because, this is going to cut way differently than this is. You know what I mean? It's going to cut way differently than this is. And on all three of these knives, that's the easiest to sharpen. This is made out of 1084, by the way. Yeah, but like I said, you can get all kinds of pocket sharpeners to take it with you, with your knives. But I'll sharpen this in about 2 minutes. It's going to take you about 20 minutes with your pocket sharpener, It just depends on the use. If you got time, yeah. But what are you using it for? You know, if you want a good, reliable knife, I mean, you know, with powder metallurgy steels, it's great. You know, but to me, it ain't all about the steel that's on the knife. It's about the edge geometry, how well it cuts. You know, like all these knives here. This Appalachian Drifter, with that edge geometry and that hollow grind, is way slicier than these, than these, than these. You know, what's it being used for, right? Credit card diamond sharpening plates in my wallet. Work sharp guided field sharpener in my bag. Yeah, I mean, it'll work. You know, one of the reasons why Buck went from the 440C, you know, to the 428C, because of how long it took to sharpen it. People were complaining it took forever to sharpen in the field. A folding hunting knife. It took forever to put a sharp edge on it. So Buck discontinued the 440C and they went to the 428C, which is twice as fast to sharpen. And guys love it now, you know. Yeah, diamonds do, you know, and it's a good practice to take, you know, to take the appropriate stone, you know. You're not going to take an oil stone out in the field with you to sharpen a magna cut, you know, or S30V, 35VN, or S90V, right? Gotta take a diamond with you. But it's what you want. It's not what I want, and I'm not telling you anything's right or wrong. Just practicality. What's it being used for? How quick do you need to get it sharpened? You know, I got an oil stone that you can put in your pocket or in my bag, even when I'm out deer hunting, and I want to sharpen that buck 110. First of all, my knives are sharp before I even go out, but you know, even the stroke in the bag, most of the time with 428C, you can stroke it back to a sharpness. With the 440C, is like almost impossible. Any type of pocket knife brands that are hard to find, well, there's all kinds of hard ones to find. There's hard ones to get. Some of these European knives you can't even get unless you see them on eBay. Without a doubt, diamonds make steel sharpen faster because it's 10 times harder than steel, right? But I don't. All my stones collect dust. Every knife I make or every knife I own, when I sharpen it, it's on my 72 by 2-inch belt sander. I'll sharpen your magna cut blade in about 40 seconds. Civivi Appalachian Drifter. I love it when the swedge is up here. Or not swedge, but the fuller. Makes for a nice finger flick. When you get it right. This one here's got the same thing. That's for the finger flick. That's its only purpose. So I think my hamon turned out nice, man. I think it really makes the knife look cool now. I might carve something on this later. Ah. The best self-defense knife that you could possibly buy right now, but not really inexpensive, would be the Yojimbo Spyderco. One of the main reasons why I built this knife. That's a killing machine. No knife penetrates better and slices more than this knife, than the Wharncliffe. Even though this blade is fatter than this blade, going in, this is going to make a wider hole than this will. Because when this goes in, that swedge, or that angle there, forces that blade down as it's going in. So here's the point of entry right here. Tip of my knife is, right? By the time it goes in, this blade is cutting from where that tip starts to where it ends. Okay, you stick this in somebody, it ain't just going in, it's going down as it goes in. Versus this, you stick this in somebody, this is worthless. Here's most of your cutting right here. So it's in that fire before it, it's only going to cut whatever the flesh area and whatever's beyond it. Once this goes in, you're only getting from here to there of a and any vitals. Versus this, as it goes in, it's slicing vitals downward, where this is slicing only forward. And believe it or not, the way these tips are designed, when you pull them out, these are much easier to pull out than these. I got to put the cutting edge on this tomorrow yet. Finish sanding her up after it's epoxied together. Everyone have a great day and stay safe. You too, Claude. Thanks for coming again, and I can't wait to come see you here soon. Go to my favorite fat fellas. Get them ribs again, boy. I'm gonna tear me up some North Carolina ribs when I get there. Can't wait. American Tonto is also popular for self-defense knives like cold steel. Well, I'd say probably this is sharpened. If this thing wasn't so sharp, but it's actually upside down when it comes to making a wider gash, this is basically just going to go straight in somebody. And it's all about hitting vitals. Like I said, when this goes in, you see this blade go down. It's essentially cutting that, almost twice it's more than about twice its width. Yeah, little bit more than its width. So I'd say about from here to there, edge of my finger. That's how much vitals it's cutting. These American Tanos go in, they're just cutting straight. Because this doesn't do nothing when it comes to moving the blade. And if it does, it moves it in the wrong direction. You want that blade to go down, and that's what hits vitals. Not just in. Stabbing don't do nothing. Slicing is deadlier. That's why you want a blade like this, so it moves down and cuts vitals as it enters. Just American Tunnels became real popular with, people that it's just another trend that came up. Oh yeah, I gotta get me American Tunnel now. People still love them. I mean, it's one of my least favorite blades, to tell you the truth, but that's just me, not you. And to me, this is just a stabbing tool. I mean, you get coronary arteries, any outer exposed arteries, yeah, but, when this goes in, it's going to hit veins, lots of them. That's the purpose behind me making it. That's why Janik. Yeah, I like the Japanese tunnels better too. But like I said, they're more of a slash. They depend on the slash, the thrash, not stab. That Warncliffe does everything. It's even got, if you was to slash with it even, there's more power delivered at that tip than there is on this one and this one. That's just the science of the blade design. Like I said, what are you going to use it for? And like I said, I'd rather carry my own knife than I would a manufactured knife anyway. Katsu FB03. Japanese. I take it. I never heard of it, but you can fill me in on it. Yeah, knives are a weapon. And in the right hands, they're a lethal weapon. In the wrong hands, not so much. Like, for instance, I mean, what really are these good for? They're not good for stabbing. But slicing, you pretty much have to get the outer exposed veins to do any damage. And personally, when I go for outer exposed veins, I don't want a long blade like this. It's less controllable and more jammable in the right spots. Like, there's veins in the leg that I would take out on somebody. They wouldn't even know they're cut, and they're going to die in 4 minutes. Yeah, it's just an intimidation factor. Yeah, I mean, it's like Crocodile Dundee, right? That ain't a knife. This is a knife. But again, Crocodile Dundee, the knife in the right hands is going to scare the shit out of the knife in the wrong hands. I had a guy pull one of these out on me one time. Seriously. I mean, he flicked it and everything, right? No big deal. I had a knife similar size to this one. You know, I just came to a draw with it. I'm like, you feel frog, buddy, leap. The guy walked away. That was in 111th and Cicero in Chicago. You know, that's why the gun laws and knife laws are so strict in these big cities. Not why, but the cities, these big cities that they are strict in, that's all your crime and violence occurs mostly. You know, thieves know where they can take advantage of the system, and that's where they thrive. But that thief that tried to get me that night, he got a lesson. And he's damn lucky I didn't pull my gun out of him. But, you know, in the eyes of the law, you can really only aggress somebody with lethal force, not more than what they are upon you. So if somebody pulls a knife out of me and I shoot him, I go to jail. Better off pulling the knife back. I don't know why I gotta put that back. Got too many out here. It's almost that time. So I'm happy with this. This is my preferred carry for self-defense. And this, if I have it. But this, when I go somewhere with my gun, this is with me. Cross draw right on my belt. You look at this. It's a Warren clip plate. This is a vein slicer here, boys. And I tell you what, if I come in under your legs with this, you're dead. And it's that quick. You know, because most people expect to be standing up when they come at you with a knife. Not me. I go straight to the ground. You're going to bleed like a stuck pig. You know, most people are a threat to themselves and others around them with a gun and a knife if they don't have proper combat. Not necessarily combat training. That's part of it. You know, these weapons and tools of destruction, they have to be an extension of your arm and a reflex within a reaction. But most importantly, people that go to a gun range and they shoot, oh, I get bullseyes every time I shoot now. Well, have you ever been in a gunfight? You ever been in a knife fight? Well, no. Okay, well, so you don't know how your adrenal glands are going to react when you do get confronted by violence. And when you get confronted with violence, somebody threatens your life, your adrenal glands kick in, and if you can't control the flow of blood from your extremities to your vitals, you become limber, and you can either pass out, fall down, or just shake too much to where you can even handle the situation. So most people, they get these without proper training, like Todd said, they're more of a threat to themselves and the people around them than they are without that proper training. Hey everybody, I think Justin's talking to you. He's calling you all fools. In and out, huh? Too busy doing your own thing. Care less about my stream. You know I gotta mess with you. What, do you scream of sticks? Eskrima. It's another form of martial arts and technique, and you know how they fight with the sticks in their hands, the movement of their hands. It's kind of like Aikido, where you use your opponent's body momentum against them. Oh yeah, they use knives. But in reality, you don't need knives to defend yourself or protect yourself. You know, in theory, I mean, think about, you know, just as an example. I know he's a movie star and everything else, but it's reality. He's a master, a grandmaster in Aikido. Steven Seagal. You come at him with a knife, you're dead. You don't need knives. You come at him with a gun, most likely he's dead. But if you get within an arm's reach of him with a gun, you're dead. I'm sure he did. I grew up watching Bruce Lee. He's one of the reasons why I mastered the nunchucks. And one of the main reasons why I spent 46 years in martial arts. That's interesting, Victor. But the Filipino soldiers ain't shit. And they know it. The Spaniards ain't shit either. And the toughest, most elite forces in the world are in the United States of America. And that's a fact. Sure they did. They used all kinds of knives. If you go on my playlist, you'll see pictures of them. Civil War, Revolutionary War, World War One. Just about every soldier in the Civil War at one time carried a knife. Knives were pretty much over 1,000 years plus been used in war from both sides. Am I cutting off? Am I cutting off? Dude, I missed questions. What questions? What questions you missed, Justin? I don't think I know who Nathan. Bedford Forrest? Who's he? Well, I'm about ready to hit it. My wife's gonna like my truck firing up. I gotta go get some smokes. I ran out. I was gonna get a bag of tobacco today and I forgot. So now I gotta go buy a pack. So you asked about a knife earlier. What knife? All right, Todd. Good night, man. Yep, running away from a knife fight. That's your best self-defense. What's your question? Come on. Deadly tool. Such little knife, such deadly destruction. So you're trying to tell me that you wanted these knife handles on your knife after the fact that you already picked what you got. So I'll tell you what, you're going to get what you got, and then afterwards, you can order another knife with these handles on it. It doesn't matter about the looks of the knife, what material's on that handle. That's not what this knife's about and what it's used for. Knives don't have to be pretty to be awesome knives. Oh, then what did you ask about this knife? Oh, you want this knife? Yeah? You got some cash? I'm all traded out right now. No sheath, 150. With a sheath, for you, 175. Yeah, you'll be the only one in South Carolina with a Furs rasp seal sag. Seal pup, I mean. Sag seal pup. It's sharp though, ain't it? That rasp was badass, man. Two different textures on each side. Did you hear? I got 6 feet of Kydex 12 by 16. Cool. Did you get some double bits too? What's W1 steel, Paul? Oh, the file? It's high content. It's probably uh, high carbon content. It's probably about right, 92, 93. There you go. You're on your way. Just don't try to get everything at once, man. Just get the tools that you can afford when you can afford them. Don't make yourself broke trying to compete with anybody. Make a little at a time. Take your profits and move up. Because, you know, in this hobby, leather working and kydex working and even knife making, it'll make you broke quick. So just get the tools you need and start stocking up. What'd you get? Black kydex? That's what you should really get. That's the most common color, and you can make a lot with it. Cool. Clips, rivets, rivet setter. Different size rivets for different applications. And if you do guns, you better get the molds for it. You can order a mold of any gun. I don't know if YouTube will kick me off of here if I show you a plastic gun or not. But I'd show you. You're not going to buy every plastic gun right now. Because you'll have a lot of guys wanting a certain sheath made, kydex sheath made for a certain gun. And then you just order the gun. You tell them you always tell them when you make a kydex sheath that there's a 1.5 week waiting period. 3 days for you to get the gun in the mail, the plastic gun. 3 days for you to ship it. And almost a week for production. That gives you a little playroom there. 1.5 week waiting list for any sheath being made. That's cool. Just watch the videos on YouTube. They'll show you everything. There's videos on knifekits.com. They'll show you how to make any sheath that you want on there if you look for them. Instructional part videos right there on knifekits.com. Yeah, is he going to do it less than $40 a piece? $45 a piece these guns cost. Your buddy going to do that? To me, that's a waste of time. I wouldn't laser print anything. Probably cost them more in materials than what the knifekits.com will charge you. 28. Well, if he's going to laser print them, you better do them right. That's all I got to say. Because these ones you get at knifekits.com are perfect matches to the knives. Or to the guns. Because last thing you want is customers saying, hey, my gun's struggling to come out of the holster. Or it's hard to lock it in place. Is that the same guy that's got this production shop that makes all kinds of shit? Oh, they got downloads for it online? That's cool. I never looked into that. I don't really care. I'll buy the guns from knifekit.com because I know they're reputable and I know they work. I never had one complaint on any holster I made. You can get away with it on leather holsters, but not kydex. There's one feature off. You know, what if somebody wants a Glock 19, 5th gen, with a TL3 laser sight on it. They got plans for that for his computer too? Or any other gun that's got a sight on it? They got the plans for that too? A lot of guys like to carry sights on their guns. Well, good luck with you. Let me know how it works. I won't buy them. I buy what's worked for me, and I'll stick with it. Let me see your first one after you make it. You needed to make a press like mine. That's going to help you a lot. Well, that's fine. I'm sure it's going to work. So you're saying a 3D printed one ain't plastic? I thought that was plastic. Oh, he ain't convincing me. I'm not going to buy them. I won't have 3D printed guns. I got the plastic ones. They're made exactly to the gun. I trust them. If it works for you, go for it. But no, I'm not gonna 3D print. That's if it works for you, you know, that's perfect. $20 a piece though. I don't see how anybody would waste. Really. There's about $20 in material. This guy ain't making no money making these things for you. You can't tell me that 3D printing is gonna pop out a mold for only $20. Where's the profit? And how much does the material cost this guy? I don't. It's hard for me to believe, really. I think there's $20 in plastic. This guy ain't making a shit if he's gonna make these for you. Right? If it's not fixed, I ain't break. If it ain't broke, I ain't fixing it. Well, I guess if you don't make a lot of holsters, then he doesn't have to worry about it. But let's just say, for instance, all around South Carolina now, all of a sudden, you're the man to make these holsters, and you're getting swamped. Now, 2-3 times a week, you're going to go ask him to make you one of these. Is he going to continue to do that? No. This guy's got a big shop, and he spends a lot of time doing his thing. Once you start getting really busy making them shapes, you're going to be bothering them. You'll be a good friend to a certain point. That's fine. Like I said, if it works, go with it. But I'll never get one. I don't trust it. I just hope if you make a sheath for somebody, especially Kydex, because it's not forgiving. Leather's forgiving. I hope their gun fits in it snugly. Because if that computer's off in any spec whatsoever on me, you're talking a $500,000 in any spot on that holster. No, we're not playing. Justin's serious. He's got a friend that makes everything for him. I'm just saying this, you know, start making holsters and you'll start getting good at it. When you start getting good at it, you're going to get real busy doing it. Exactly, Todd. Mix business with pleasure, and it goes. Been there, done that many times. These mad parts? You mean made parts? Well, that's cool. Everything's all good and said and done, you know, until the shit hits the fan when you got to have something made right away. Hey, I got this guy wants a holster and he needs it in a week. I need this made up right away. Oh, I'm on vacation or I'm going somewhere. Well, that's cool. I can tell you right now, I ain't got the time to make 100 things for anybody. Seems to me he's got more time than money. I don't want anything to make stuff out of plastic, not even guns for holsters. But I do want a laser. I'm going to be getting me a laser soon. CNC laser. I want to get one that'll cut out steel. CNC plasma cutter, that's on my list. Better wife them up. 100 wallets? I didn't say I got to make 100 wallets. I said I got to make 500 wallets. And I can make them no problem without asking somebody to make something for me. Well, hell, man, I'll just move down there by you and have him make everything for me. There's a lot of machine shops here. I can have any machine shop around here make cut out anything I want them to cut out. That's not handmade. That's right, Todd. Wait till you get somebody that says, I got this sight, I got this laser, or I have this knife attachment, or this rail system on my gun. His buddy's going to have to make them 4 different molds or make one that'll accommodate windows for each one of them tools to come out of that holster. And if you don't have a print up for that, he's screwed. All right, I'll talk to you later. I'm getting a little cranky myself because I ran out of cigarettes an hour ago, and I really need to go get off and go get some smokes. Yeah, okay. I'm fine. Yep. Do you smoke, Louie? Justin's all good. He's got a lot of plans. I just hope they all work out for him. Because when it comes to making them Kydex holsters, that shit is not forgiving. And if you do not have them anything 3D printed, I mean, if you're going to 3D print a gun that has 3 different tools on it, you better have the right plans. I've got a Glock 19 5-gen plastic gun back there that I bought online specifically for the Glock 19 5-gen with the TL3 laser on the bottom and with a sight window on the top of it for this a modified sight that the guy said he had on the gun, and a laser sight integrated into it. 3 different things, 3 different ways on the top, 2 different ways on top, and then the laser port all the way across the bottom. If that shit ain't printed right, he's screwed. Or he goes online and orders from a reputable company that makes them like that. Because most of them that I've used, they're all molded. I mean, they actually take the weapon, you know, and they put it in that plastic and make a mold before they pour the hardwood. Everything's perfect on it. Welcome, Germany. Tobias? That's a cool German name. My last name's German. Yeah, there's no do-overs in Kydex. You get it right the first time or throw it away. You can remold it, heat it up again, but it'll look like shit when you're done. Especially if you got a printed pattern or any Kydex. I actually did a gun holster for a fireman in New York City that was actually in 9/11, and he wanted the American flag with the fireman red stripe through it. You know, you get one shot with that shit. Doing good, Grizzly. How's it going with you? I do have on my analytics, 3% of my viewers are from Germany, 2% from Russia. Yeah, I'll never forget what a hoax that was, 9/11. Inside joke. Bernstein and Benjamin Netanyahu, the biggest scam artists in the world. Grizzly Bear 1990. It's going. Long time viewer, first time caller. Tobias, nein, no sprechen Sie Deutsch. Sorry. Nein. I can't show you no gun on here, they'll kick me off. Even if it is plastic, right? Yeah, tell him, hey, Grizzly Bear, tell Justin about that. He wants to make Kydex sheaths or holsters for guns with computer printed guns. Tell him how that's a bad idea. Just don't have it in my hand. Okay, if they kick me off, it's your fault. God damn it. Nineteens, same exact gun, top and bottom. The one on the top has a TL3 laser and a modified sight window on the top. The one on the bottom don't have a sight window on the top. It's just your common 5th gen Glock 19. If you don't have them ports right for that TL3 laser, it's gonna hang up. So what do you think, Grizzly Bear, about the idea of doing computer printed guns for doing Kydex holsters? Is it worth it? I can't see him getting them done for $20 a piece. That guy's wasting his time and money with you. What's the guy making? $5 profit on every one that he makes? If that. What's Fat City saying now? Why are you deleting his messages? He's never said anything bad the whole time he's been in here for like 3 times. See that, Justin? Louis said don't show that shit. You said not to have it in my hand, so it wasn't in my hand. And that's the purpose behind live videos. They don't want people shooting themselves while they're live. Now, if I don't have a gun in my hand, how in the hell am I going to shoot myself? Are you guys messing with each other with Fat City? What did he say? I couldn't even read it. You deleted it so quick. What did he say, Louis? I just want to know. That's cool looking Victorinox you sent. That what was it? A bear on the bottom of it? Man, I really do have to go. I'm not gonna wake up in the morning with no cigarettes. My poor hands, man. They're all beat up. $16.99. Where'd that come from? China? I seen it was orange, right? If it works, go with it, man. This guy, he's just only do you a couple of them. Sounds to me because you're gonna need 100 of them. Believe me, if you're gonna start making cheese, is he gonna print you one every time you have a different gun? Someone printed it. How much did the material cost to make that thing? I want to ask you that. Do you know? What the material cost to make that thing? $20 a roll to do one gun. And what the hell is a roll? I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Pardon my French. PJ, what is one roll? What is that? 20 cubic feet? 20 cubic inches? Or it comes in a roll? I don't understand. What does it do? Take plastic through it like a printer? And like cut it and melts it and I don't know. How many feet's in a roll? How many guns can he do with one roll? Oh, and now you're calling me names. I got you. Of course it's plastic. That's what he's making it out of, right? But what is a roll? That's the question I asked you. I know it's plastic. How many feet's in a roll and how many guns can he do with one roll? Because for $20, you don't get much of anything for $20 anymore. I don't know who's on third. What's on second? I thought what was on second? I don't know who's on third. Tool holder he made me, it took half a roll. What, okay, let me look. Oh, yeah, I seen the picture of that. That white tool holder, yeah. That was a half a roll. And how much did it cost you? So you're basically telling me $20 for a roll. It'll take every bit of that roll to make that gun, because that's solid plastic after he's done. It's not hollow like that tool holder. Well, that's cool if you get all that shit made for free. But I will say, the more gun holsters you make, the more they're going to be wanted. And your buddy's going to start telling you, you're going to have to find somebody to make them, or he's going to charge you for everyone that he has to make. When you get busy, he's going to not have time for you. I guarantee you that. Like what's Paul said or whoever. Don't mix business with pleasure. It never works. Tool holder is not hollow, it's solid. So I guess one roll will probably make 2 guns then. For $20. That's $10 a gun, and he's getting $10. How long does it take to make it? Does it take 1 hour to make it? Or does the machine spit it out in like 10 minutes? Well, then why don't you just have them Kydex 3D print the Kydex holsters or the plastic holsters then? I don't know if I'd want to have a plastic holster, because that plastic ain't as stable as that Kydex. I guarantee you that. There's a reason why they use Kydex. Oh, you can 3D print metal now. Is that actually printing it? What does it do? It's like heat it up to melting point of steel is 2,000. No, wait, is 1,669 degrees. So that printer's heating that metal up to 1,669 degrees, and it's making shit with it. How's that happen? It's called a welder. Welders don't print steel. I'm a certified welder, I know. Millwright carpenter. No, actually, they 3D print forms for doing the concrete. They don't 3D print concrete. The forms are made through 3D printing, and they stack together like Lego blocks. They interlock, and they're strong vertically, so they do use them. No, I don't need to get on the internet more. Why do I need to get on the internet more? See, I'm not the one that's relying on technology to do things I need to get done. Hell, you might as well make knives and everything with 3D printers. Is a 3D printer going to make this exactly like that? Is it? No. Yeah, I gave Louis hell for that, Fat City. I didn't even get to read the comment. Oh, God. I can make you a house out of concrete. But I'm not going to use a 3D printer. You'll probably use the 3D printer because that's all you can afford. Because it's probably cheaper. But to have a house manually made from concrete forms is way more expensive. What do you mean? There's lots of things I can't do. I can't ballet. I can't play piano. I can't do lots of things. But when it comes to construction, there isn't really anything that I can't do. I built my whole house from the ground up. Concrete, electrical. I got green tag inspection on all the electrical work, everything. I built this whole house from the ground up. I built many houses from the ground up. I built many concrete houses in the ground with a sod roof. Built lots of things in my life. And as you get older, you'll also make lots of things in your life. I just happen to have made a hell of a lot more things than you've made. Because I did it for a living. I wasn't a firefighter. Now, if I was a firefighter, I wouldn't have made half of the things that I've made in my life. That's pretty cool. I've built about 1,300 in my life. And I'm still learning on it. Oh, Saddy. Sad. Z3RO. What is that? What kind of name is... What does it stand for? Z3RO EOI. Off the food tube. What food tube? Boob tube. I'm not watching TV. He's talking about spaghetti. All you got to do is turn it off. Nope, I'm going to get cigarettes right now. As soon as I get off, I'm out of here. I gotta stop this being up so late shit, man. I gotta start going to bed at midnight. Sunday will be the exception. But I will call you. I don't know if it'll be tonight. I'm just whittling away on this thing. Justin sold to Justin for $225. Watched hour 0. What do you mean? Let's go get a beer and cigarettes. You said last night you weren't even going live tonight. I know. But I was watching that one guy that you guys disappeared to win another night and didn't tell me about it. And he was showing how he's etching blades, so it gave me an idea. I think it'd be cool if I showed people how to put a hamon on a blade, right? That guy was using tape or something. He was putting tape on there. That's okay if you're doing straight lines. Yeah, it's like my 4th one I've done with it, with that wax. They look cool. I like it. I'm gonna do a couple more, I think. I'm gonna. I'll probably call you when I get my truck. Oh, these fucking. Oh, pardon me. These petrified fish are the bomb now. You don't own a petrified fish yet. What's wrong with you? I bet your dick could fit in there. Come on. PJ! Cut that little thing right up. Okay, I gotta get off here now. Oh, shit. If I need a toothpick, get the fucking gristle out of my teeth, I'll ask you to do that, Louis. What's better than a Gonzo? Oh, petrified fish? Really, petrified fish are not better knives than Gonzo knives. I would say they're probably equal to, because they're both, Gonzo's been around almost 100 years. Petrified fish has only been around 20 years. Gonzo knife and tools. They've been making tools for 100 years. Bye, call us. By what? You spelt it wrong. Bye or bye? Buy a SC knife monkey or buy? Turned out the gay knife guy, now everybody's leaving. There's only 3 people here. 4 maybe. It says 17, but it's wasteful time now. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. I got to get over to my buddy's knife shop sooner or later. But I probably won't go live till a couple days. Good night, Purnell. I'm sorry. I'm messing with my boys in here tonight. They're trying to mess with me, and it ain't working. Sweet. It's calling your name. Get out that 200. I need money. My trading is over with after these next couple of mailouts. We'll see you later, Purnell. Thanks, buddy. You should, today is Wednesday. Hopefully tomorrow you'll have that. Or not tomorrow, Friday. You should have it Friday. 3 days. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Who's G-string man? Is that your daddy? See, you spelled that word wrong too, Justin. It's Y-O-U. That you, stupid. Get out, stupid. Why can't I be silly? I'm going to chase everybody away. Leave. Good night, guys.